Hello, thank you for stopping by my channel. My name is Denise, and today I am filming part 2 of a two-part video series that I'm making to commemorate the June 21st Indigenous Peoples Day. So in Canada, this is a day that we recognize our Indigenous people all across Canada. And I have some coloring books that I want to feature today that I think are very special coloring books. Diana Frost is an artist and musician, and I think she's an engineer as well, but she put together this project called Coloring It Forward. And there's a website called coloringitforward.com, and it's a beautiful website. I highly recommend going to see it. I'll provide the link down below so that you can have a look at it. I would encourage anyone who is maybe interested in any of these coloring books to maybe go there first. Otherwise, I have seen these on Amazon. There's Amazon Canada, of course. I saw a couple of these coloring books on the Amazon USA channel, or sorry, website. Also Amazon UK. There were lots of these books on Amazon UK and Amazon Australia. I looked at that one too, just to see if maybe Australians could locate these books if they were so interested. And I only have 2 in the series because there's quite a few. I live in Alberta, and before I retired from teaching, I taught up in northern Alberta. And I know I always say I live in northern Alberta, and I do, but there's even farther north in Alberta. There are some other places even more north than me. So I used to teach in a small community, and in that community, there were the northern Dene people. That was very much prevalent in that area, and also the Cree Nation people. And I had these 2 coloring books, and I took apart this one so that I could work with it with my students. And I tried to find flip-throughs on YouTube of these, and I didn't see any. So I thought, well, then I will take this opportunity to show you what these coloring books are like. These are artists from across Canada, and their illustrations are all in these books. I think I will show you this one first. So again, this one is called Discover Northern Dene Nation Art and Wisdom. And quickly, I will just show you the back. And I'll just read what Diana Frost has written at the top here. In Coloring It Forward, Diana Frost invites you to discover the beauty of Northwest Territories Dene Nation artwork by Christiana Latham and Michael Fatt. Combined with the wisdom of Dene elders, add your own color to caribou, owls, and northern lights while you learn about traditional Northern Dene values and support Indigenous artists in the Northwest Territories. And these are the original artists' versions and how they colored their artwork. So you can draw inspiration from that palette or do your own thing if you have this book. All right, I'm just going to put this over here. The paper is nice quality. So this is Diana Frost here, and she has a write-up about her project. On the next page, we have a map of the northern part of Canada where much of the Dene people are. And here's one of the illustrators featured in this coloring book, Christiana Latham. And Michael Fatt. And the late George Blondin, or Blondin. All right. So these first illustrations are by Christiana Latham. This one's called Soulmates. The Blue Nose Migration. The Great Slave Lake Grayling. Painted Raven. Devour. Blue Nose Caribou. Ascent Over Creation. Nature Spirit. Sun Trance. Honor. Night Stalker. Suspended. Whiskey Warbler Pie. Fragments. The Messenger. The Lone Wolf. Storm. Sly. Dusk. Snowy Watchers. Dene Spring Amulet. Moon Dance. Song to Caribou. Oh, sorry. I thought this looked quite different in the illustration. That's because now we're seeing the illustrations by Michael Fatt. So Song to Caribou. King Nocturnal. Shaman's Prayer. Northern Spectacle. Prayer Song. Safe Passage. The Offering. Troublemaker. Offering to Grandfathers. Mates for Life. Moonlight Stroll. The Reporter. Midnight Sun. Spirit of the Blue Heron. That's one of my favorite birds. The Singing Moon. Moccasin Telegraph. The Hidden Trickster. Spirit of Turtle and Loon. Caribou Dream. bear medicine, northern moose, prayer taker, and that is the end. So I didn't color any of these pages as yet because, like I say, when I was working with my students, I didn't want to color in them as yet. I wanted to use this book to the best of my advantage, and of course it was all about art appreciation and appreciating artists and from where they come from. All right, so that was the Northern Dene series of these coloring books. Like I say, there are a lot more, but I just have these two because these nations are highly represented in Alberta. So this one is the Cremation Art and Wisdom coloring book. Let me show you the back. So same idea, you can see the original artwork and how the artists colored it. So here in Coloring It Forward, Diana Frost invites you to discover the beauty of Cree artwork by Delry Dumont and Sam Biggity, combined with the wisdom of Cree elder John Sinclair. Add brilliant color to horses, warriors, and eagles while learning about the traditional Cree values and knowing that you are supporting a community development for Indigenous peoples. And here we go with this flip through. Kind of glad I didn't cut up this book. I like to keep things a little more intact, but it's okay to cut up a coloring book too. So there is it John Sinclair? Yes, he was the elder that was consulted when Diana Frost compiled all of these illustrations together. So there she is again. And then here's a map of Canada showing you all of the places where the Cree Nation people are. And there are 9 different dialects of Cree. And so mostly the Cree Nation kind of starts here in Alberta, like we have British Columbia over here, and then from Alberta, and then all of the different dialects right across Canada to the Labrador coast. There is the illustrator, Delry Dumont. She's from Onion Lake Cree Nation in Saskatchewan. And this is Sam Biggity. So he is Woodland Cree from Manitoba. And again, the elder, John Sinclair, who was consulted. All right, so here we go. The story of creation. Oh, the circle of life diagram. And the story of creation continued. This is called Grandmother Moon. Ocean Spirit. Warrior. Q, which is Cree for eagle. Q. Keeping warm. Dragonfly. Bringer of love and happiness. a mother's love. Thunderbird, mother and womb. Wind in the tree. Silent unity. Take me home. Sorry, I just want to show you when I was pronouncing how to say eagle in Cree. It's pronounced Q, but that's how the spelling is, Q. Coming through. Facing the wind. And in Cree, a buffalo is called Pascua Mustos. I put a little bookmark on this page in case you're wondering what this item is here. This is the first page. I plan to color in this book, so I'll feature that in another video, but that is my coloring plan. Gift of flower. Grizzly. Humility. Walking in the sun. Strength. Walking the good road. Chief John B. Tutusis. Just want to show that up closely because obviously that represents, this is an illustration representing a person who existed. Prayer. Offering of tobacco. Balance. Sunset raven. Waiting for grand entry. And if you're familiar with powwows, that's what that is in reference to. Sacred dance for my nation. Spirit horse. Hanging out. The chief's daughter. Warrior. Love, light, and happiness. Mother and daughter. Love. Apsimosos, which is a stag, basically. West meets east. Teaching our children. Change. Métis heritage. So in Canada, in reference to Métis people, is usually French Canadian and an Indigenous culture that, you know, got together. Sometimes it's our Scottish Canadians too were part of that Métis heritage, but again, probably a larger community were French Canadians and Indigenous people that sort of created really a new culture and a new language, combining the two languages. Truth. Blessed are the women who are sisters. Mooswa, again, Cree for moose. Understanding life. Living the teachings. Fairy and bull. Loading the pipe. Freedom. And that completes the flip through of these two amazing coloring books. Thank you for being here and sharing in this again, in Canada. I'm not sure where else in the world. Maybe there is a national day for their Indigenous peoples, but in Canada, June 21st is the day that we definitely want to commemorate that, all of those languages and cultures and of our Indigenous people. Thank you again. See you in the next one. Bye.